Snapping herself back to the present, Laurie became aware that she wasn't alone in JJ's room. Turning her head, she found herself staring into Jack's shadowed face. All she could really see were the whites of his eyes, although there was enough light to appreciate that he was buck naked. "You're up early," Jack said. He knew Laurie liked to sleep late, and it was part of the Stapleton routine for him to get up first, shower, and then nudge Laurie out of bed. "Are you all right?" "Nervous," Laurie admitted. "Very nervous." "What on earth about?" Jack questioned. "Leaving JJ with Letitia Wilson?" Letitia Wilson was a cousin of Warren Wilson, one of the local men with whom Jack regularly played basketball. Warren had suggested her to Jack one recent afternoon when Jack had mentioned they were looking for a nanny so that Laurie could go back to work. "That's part of it," Laurie admitted. "But you said these last few days that you've had your so-called dry run and that things had gone terrifically." Laurie had asked Letitia to come for 2 days, take JJ, feed him, take him out to the park, both the local playground and Central Park, and keep him until the time Laurie guessed she'd generally be getting home from OCME. There had been no problems, and best of all, both JJ and Letitia had taken to each other and had demonstrably enjoyed themselves. "Everything went well," Laurie admitted, "but that doesn't mean I don't still feel guilty about the situation. I know I'm going to suffer the maternal quandary, meaning that when I'm here with JJ, I feel guilty about not working, but today, while I'll be working, I'm going to feel guilty about not being home. JJ's going to miss his mommy just like mommy's going to miss JJ. Also, even though he's been symptom-free for over a year, I'm continually worried he's going to relapse. I guess I'm always going to be a little superstitious that the continuance of his recovery has something to do mystically with my presence." "I suppose that's understandable," Jack said. "What's the other part of your nervousness? It's not anything about OCME personnel, is it? I mean, everyone is looking forward to your return, and I do mean everyone from Bingham all the way down to the security personnel. Everyone I run into has said something about looking forward to your return today." "Really?" Laurie questioned with disbelief. She thought it had to be a gross exaggeration, especially including Bingham, whom she was aware she addled on occasion with her independence and doggedness. "Really?" Jack echoed spiritedly. "You are one of the most popular people at OCME. If you're nervous, it can't be about fitting back into the team. It has to be about something else." "Well, maybe you're right," Laurie admitted reluctantly. She had a good idea about what he was going to say if she admitted to her worries about competency, and wasn't sure she wanted to hear it, as nothing he said would make her feel differently. "Let's continue this discussion," Jack said, his voice quavering, "but can we do it in the warm bathroom? I'm freezing in here, wearing nothing but my pride." "Good idea," Laurie responded. "Let's go. I'm cold even with my robe." After pulling JJ's blanket up around his shoulders and tucking it in gently, she hurried after Jack, who'd made a beeline into the bathroom. When she got there, he already had the hot water tap going full blast, filling the room with warm, billowing steam. "So what else has you nervous?" Jack asked, raising his voice over the sound of the shower as he reached into the shower to adjust the temperature before climbing in. "And don't talk to me about worries concerning your competence, because I don't want to hear it." He'd heard her talk about her fears of competence back when she'd first started at OCME, and was intuitive enough to guess it was bothering her again. "Then I'm not going to say anything," Laurie shouted back. Jack stuck his face out from the stream of water, wiped his eyes, and cracked open the shower door. "So it is fear of your abilities? Well, I'm not going to try to change your mind, because I know nothing I'd say would have any effect whatsoever, so you go on and worry. But you know something? The fact that you do worry is probably what makes you such a good medical examiner. You're a better forensic pathologist in my mind than anyone else in the whole place, because you're always willing to question and learn." "I'm flattered to hear you say that, even though I don't believe it. I was okay before this maternity leave, but it's been almost 2 years since I've done an autopsy or looked at a microscopic slide." "That might be, but over the last month, you've been burning the midnight oil, reading several standard forensic path books. You're probably up to speed more than any of the rest of us who haven't looked at a textbook for years. You could probably even pass your board exams again today, which none of the rest of us could do." "Thank you for your support," Laurie said. "But reading and actually doing are two vastly different things. I'm truly worried I'm going to mess up big time in some form or fashion, maybe even on my first case." "Could never happen," Jack stated with surety. "Not to you with your experience. But look, let's make a point of doing our cases on adjoining tables and sort of maintain an ongoing conversation about what we're doing. Then, after the autopsies, we go over them together just to make sure we've both hit all the appropriate buttons. What do you think of that idea?" "I like it," Laurie admitted. "I like it a lot." The idea didn't absolve her of all her anxieties, but it did lessen them. Most important, by relieving some of her nervousness, she knew she'd be able to turn her attention to what she had to do to get ready to leave for OCME. Letitia was due to arrive in less than an hour, and Laurie had a lot to do before she got there.